Morning.
It's another great day to be farming. There's no waiting on the moisture to dry off on corn. It's straight to the races in the morning. We squeezed about 22,000 bushels in this bin yesterday. Today, we are going to hopefully finish this one and then move on to greener pastures. I don't know if there's much room for improvement considering most of our corn right now is running right around 250 bushels per acre dry. The fan's running, sucking air up through the floor, out the roof vents. All of the corn that went into this south bin was right around 17%. You can actually see some of that residual grain moisture running down the sides. That's being blown out with the air, making its way outside the bin.
That means that we are doing our job correctly.
Yeah, that's up for debate, I guess.
Sir? What are you doing out here?
It's time to do some corn farming this morning. Stock stumper here looks like it's seen better days.
So lie.
I think you're just getting into your prime.
Yeah.
Oil check in the S670. More than ample. Hydraulic oil, though, has some room for improvement. That'll be a miracle if I get this in without spilling it. Wow. Oh no. Oh. This is why they invented funnels. Half of it in the tank, half of it on the tank. Just as God intended. And yes, 780 now. We're gonna go pick some corn. A little slow to start this morning. And it's not just the engine. The computers are slow too. I don't quite suffer from slow starts in the morning, just for the simple fact that I get absolutely wired off caffeine first thing. Let's ride. Oh, bounce, bounce, bounce. Looking for a row where two planter passes meet. Make sure we're squared off right. I believe that that is one right there on the right side, so let's fire this puppy up. Readjusted his loss monitor there on the back panel. He set it much lower than it was before, so it's very sensitive to harvesting conditions. Almost too sensitive in my opinion, because I've gotten out back running 7 to 8 miles an hour with this corn head and combine combination, and all we're really losing is head shell. Head shell is basically just when the corn gets pulled down and hits the deck plate, you can see a lot of kernels flying off. You're not capturing all of those, they're slipping through. Absolutely cooking through the field already this morning. Pushing 4,000 bushels an hour at the moment. The 1,400 bushel an hour average you're seeing at the bottom is also including soybeans. This machine may be running 1,500 to 2,000 bushels an hour instant throughput in soybeans versus what it's doing in corn right now. Corn is easily 2 times the harvesting capacity. And according to the machine, we are full. Looks like we're living in an upside down world today. Andy's in the combine and someone else is in the grain cart. While we're running light and not all the troops are at the battlefield yet this morning, I'm gonna go ahead and just go through the long distance of this field and split it open wherever I see bulk rows at a decent distance. That way, when we get into the full swing of harvest, we aren't stuck dealing with full hoppers trying to cut through new land. This is literally the only time where you find yourself wishing that the planter operators didn't do a picture-perfect job. If they weren't square when they put the planter down, a lot of times there on the end there'll be a little bit of a jag. And that gives you a good idea with the combine where a planter pass is. Harvesting this farm is like watching a scary movie. Scary movies have ghosts and ghouls and gore that pop up when you're not expecting it. This farm has massive tile holes that could literally blow tires on your combine and bite your tongue off if you're not paying attention. And they could quite literally be anywhere. Here comes Marty to take his combine back. Okay, wasn't quite enough. Maybe we'll hang out again later, combine. For now though, I gotta get back in the cart. Jeff's had to take the first load. This is more like it for me. Combines are nice, but this grain cart is my job. This morning we're working on some DeKalb 6141 111-day double stack corn.
I'd say that's a respectable ear size. It looks like something's been working on the tip of it, maybe some insects or some birds.
Plant health is pretty good. The lower stem's got a lot of stability still, which is good to see. That one was a little bit weaker. I'm sure that's perplexing to some of the farmers out there that we're not planting rootworm traits. We just have not seen the need to. Watching the rootworm beetle traps in the fall has shown us that there's not a lot of insects moving into the field that will ultimately create the rootworms that cause damage. It's a financial gamble not adding the third trait because it does save us quite a bit per bag on seed for that technology. However, if we were to get some large rootworm pressure, it could cost us a fortune. Make sure I don't waste this one. Got it. This DeKalb 6141 has been one of our top hybrids for the last few years. They've come out with newer genetics recently, they push those, but it's hard to go away from the ones that have treated you well. Both combines are running now, so I better hit road gear. Oh, I should have cleaned my windows this morning. Scooting right along through this field. Grain cart's just bouncing around trying to keep up. gonna pretend that the drone isn't like 99% vanity, but that last 1% is used for looking for tile holes. It can serve a useful purpose out here in our fields for scouting things like that, especially on this farm. Like I said, it's like a minefield across here where these tile holes pop up. They're big mains that run through old clays, deteriorating, and when a big tile has a hole, it's a big one. Waiting on a truck to empty out the cart. This DeKalb corn looks pretty good. Good sample, the appropriate amount of cobs in the grain tank. I'll take it. Our logistics aren't that congested yet because both combines are still picking. There's Chris to save the day. No complaints here. I need a little exercise to wake me up. Loading and dumping and dumping and loading. That's the life of a cart driver. Flag this tile hole, but looks like someone beat me to it. Combines have only been rolling for close to 2 hours now, give or take a little bit, and I've already reached the point in the day where I've completely given up on trying to keep up. I'm just gonna do my best. Anything less than that, well, oh well. Example number 1. I'm just now leaving from catching the combines and that one's already full again. Oh, man. Check another field off the list. This one's done. I slowed out of the field. The yield trend is still holding pretty strong. That field made 249 bushels per acre dry. I also picked up a passenger, my cousin and a big fan of the channel. If you can't tell by his merchandise, Eli.
Hi.
He's also got the stylish pit vipers on. I don't think I can pull those off. I'm a little too old for them. Opening up the next field. Marty just got his first cap corn of the year. Got a little too aggressive on the hydrostat. It is hard to find good help these days. Looks like Chris is sleeping. I don't blame him. Corn we're picking on this field is channel 21636 double pro corn. Our yield expectations aren't quite as high just for the simple fact that this ground's kind of got a sandier subsoil, and given the dry June we had, probably not the most optimal. I don't know if it's going to pull the same yields like the farms across the road. Anything's possible though. It's still surprising me coming into these fields and seeing green leaves. I might expect it slightly because this is a 116-day corn, which is about the longest we have. Still, a lot of green for second week of October. Here goes the tile plow. Oh, it's been a slow afternoon here in the grain cart. Eli and I about need to take a nap, don't we? According to LibreCart, which has been keeping an eye on all of our loads out of the field, the middle 36-foot grain bed at Jeff's house is at 22,202 bushels, which means it's probably getting to the point where someone needs to keep an eye on it as it gets full. There's no exact number of bushels that fits in every grain bin. We know historically what we've gotten in before. However, every season's different, so you really got to go up there and watch as you top it off. Oh man, I needed a good walk. Since all the trucks are loaded, I left the loaded grain cart there. Eli and I are taking a little trek up to Dad's combine so we can run it for a little bit. It is plenty dusty. The rain sure would not hurt at this point. Some healthy looking corn out here. Truck showed back up from the bin side, so we're gonna go ahead and load it. She's full. Wow, this channel 21636 is weighing like a sack of bricks. Back in the combine. You can tell who's in the bigger combine based on the race right now. I could laugh the S670 with this S780. First to the end means first one to dump. Katie had to wait in line. Well, guys, keep bringing more and more equipment over. This is probably going to be our last hopper. We're going to take this truck to the bed. This is a very welcome change of pace. We've been in the tractor and combine all day, and it's been a snooze fest. It's like the Dust Bowl behind us. It's pulling like it's got 1,000 bushels on. You gotta love a good jake brake, don't you? Just in time to finish setting the auger. Keep going.
He does that, I don't know why. He likes to stop running off. Now he's hung up.
Stands, that bin is full of beans. Those two are full of corn. The south one's empty. This one's just started, and this one's empty. There's really no difference between a corn bin and a bean bin. They're the same exact thing. It's up to the farmer's discretion what they'd like to put in them. We've just always used most of our storage for corn. There's actually a fairly large deviation from the normal corn to soybean price ratio. Really encouraging corn production, selling corn. It's much more profitable right now. Typically it's a 2.3 to a 2.4 price multiple, soybeans being the higher end of that component. As of right now, it's closer to 1.9 or 2, meaning that corn is more profitable on paper than soybeans. If you viewed your storage more as a hedging and gambling tool, really you'd be better off selling corn at the cash market and storing beans. Eli and I are headed back to the field. Oh, you sheared the bolt? Yeah, you sheared it. Right there. Just an auger shear bolt doing exactly what auger shear bolts are meant to do. Shear. Highlight exactly what I love about this agrimatic system. Dad dumped this cart while I was gone, automatically in and out, 623 bushels. He didn't do a thing, but it kept track. Full speed harvesting again. There's a disaster level situation developing out here. Not only is there one set of rows of shame, there's another set right next to them. What do you think about that, Eli?
That's not cool.
Not cool, exactly. Truly an embarrassing day for a farming operation. That's another field done. Yeah, so the craziest thing happened. I let Eli dump a load because he was just feeling really ambitious and he spilled a bunch. I didn't film it so not to embarrass him, but that's a rookie operator mistake. Do you have anything to say about your mess you made?
This wasn't me, it was him.
This is totally out of character, so can't believe that it was me. There goes your bonus for the day, Eli.
Not mine.
There's an arc to this.
Big password later.
Oh, hush. The moral of the story, don't let the rookie grain cart operator unload unsupervised. That's all she wrote for this one. 246 bushels per acre. Not bad for that old dirt. Headed to my favorite farm, the home farm. There's a bit of a traffic jam going on here at the entrance. Opening it up. This is always one of my favorites to farm. Home ground. The sun's starting to set on today. We got into a field of Pioneer 1359 on our home farm. Appears to be yielding pretty good, although we have high expectation for this field. Dad said that his loss monitor on the combine was showing a little bit more losses than normal, like it was carrying out the back. So I got to have to do a manual verification to see whether or not that was the case. And it was not the case. Loading the last truck for the night.
Go ahead.
It's that time of night, cleaning out the combines. Or at least that's what I think's going on. My window's so dirty that I can't tell. There's a pretty solid chance of at least 1/4 of an inch of rain tomorrow, so we went ahead and loaded all of the semis. If it does rain, we'll be able to take those to the elevator and make use of our rain delay day. If it does not rain, well, we'll be picking again first thing. There's about one more semi-load ready to go on the car in the morning. Since there is a chance of rain, I am going to go ahead and tarp it. The tarping process went much smoother than I was expecting. It's given me some trouble already this year. I was happy to have some compliance. We are pretty close to loaded, so we're taking it nice and easy at the end of the night. Looks like we're last in line at the food trough. Oh boy, what a day. Did I mention that we could really use a rain? If not to settle the dirt and improve the quality of our tillage going on right now, it could also improve my sanity. Nice bright moon, the ambiance of the drying fans running, recirculating air into all of that corn we just brought out of the field. It's a beautiful night. Alrighty folks, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I would say that there is an astronomical chance that you see me again tomorrow because it is so dry that unless we get 1 to 2 inches of rain hard and fast, it's not going to keep us out of the fields. It may buy our corn another hour or two of peace. However, unless it's a downpour, you can almost guarantee that once our combines are topped off with fuel, trucks are empty, we're going to be hitting the ground running. I really hope to see you guys all in the next episode. I really appreciate all of your support. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below if you have any questions. You know I love to talk about farming. Have a great day, everyone. Peace!